into the shooters here.
Now here's Jackson. Drummond the screen. Saul with the steal. Here's Gist. Another three for Chicago.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now here's Jackson. Drummond the screen. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Gist. There's the three. Another three for Chicago.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Passes it to Gibson. Here's Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. A floater. They need this, and it's blocked by Gist.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
There's the three. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
On what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through clutch. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Caldwell Pope, and that one goes long.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Pistons trail by 10. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Gist. For the three. Jackson misses. Jackson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. He lobs it up. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Here's Jackson. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Joakim Noah is checked in for Chicago. Williams comes in for Gary Neal. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Detroit, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And he's good on the second. Chicago leading by 10. Here's Gist. 25 points in the game. Out left to the wing. From deep. An absent 3-point range. Clutch has got 28 points for the game.
And really, that's killer shooting from beyond.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get to the shooters. It's imperative that they get a hand up.
Now here's Jackson. Clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Morris, no good. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Gist. No good on the three. Pistons trail by 13. There's the pick. It's Jackson with the drive. Kicks to Powell. On the wing, Jackson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Williams against Morris. Powell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Here's Gist, and he has 28 points for the game. Fires from deep, and he gets it to go. Clutch has got 31 points.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And with the break on the floor, let's see which point guards were the best distributors during the regular season. Here are the assist leaders among them. Well, you look at Jackson, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all 5 guys on the court.
And he's been doing it better than any other point guard in the league. That assist total of his makes that perfectly clear. I mean, he's the best distributor in the game right now.
And so he makes both from the line. Chicago leading by 14. Fires at the elbow. Another one falls for Chicago.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
To the middle. It's intercepted. They're running. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And slam dunk by Butler.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Here's Jackson. Jimmy Butler making his last shot, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Dirty or clean? Dirty or clean?
I don't know. They all mixed up.
Mix it up? So you don't even know which one is dirty, which one?
Here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
He had the demeanor you might expect from a coach in his situation. After dropping the first 2 in hostile territory, he recognizes the task they have in front of them. He said, we didn't get it done on the road, and now we have to take care of business at home. Simple as that. Let's see how it plays, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Can they get it? Here's Wiles. Chicago grabs the miss. They are pumped right now after a big win on Sunday.
And we've talked
Next time, if you don't have basket,
about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
There's a good screen. The drive by Jackson. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Gist. He's got 36.
Terrific game for Clutch. He's got 36 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Hey, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
The Bulls making a switch here. Haynes is checked in, and the second free throw, good. 36 seconds left.